Good morning and welcome to a regular meeting of the panel of utility commissioners and staff of the Public Utilities Regulatory Authority held today, Wednesday, February 14th, 2024 by remote teleconference. My name is Chairman Marissa Gillette and I'm joined virtually today by my colleagues, the Vice Chairman Jack Bukoski and Commissioner Michael Karen. We have a regular calendar and a consent calendar in front of us today. We'll turn first to the regular calendar. The first item is Connecticut Electric Aggregator Certificates of Registration, and we have a batch of 6 dockets for consideration this morning. We'll turn to Authority Attorney Victoria Church to present the decision for the panel's consideration, please.
Thank you. Good morning. Between October, this is the batch of decisions related to dockets number 231015, 231121, 231123, 231201, 231204, and 231205. Between October and December of 2023, 6 applicants: Power Kiosk LLC, Bradley R. Lewis, Orzel Energy Solutions, Green Crown Energy LLC, Avid Exchange Inc., and Cobra Energy LLC applied to the Public Utilities Regulatory Authority for Connecticut Electric Aggregator Certificates of Registration pursuant to Connecticut General Statute 16245L. In response, the authority considered the applications in 6 uncontested proceedings. The matters were delegated to the authority's Office of Education, Outreach, and Enforcement, EOE, until EOE filed a proposed final decision addressing this batch of applications. The authority determined that each applicant satisfied the application requirements and recommends granting each of the applicants an electric aggregator certificate of registration to serve the non-residential markets requested by each applicant, subject to the conditions described herein. The authority determines that no applicant has met the burden of demonstrating the capability of serving the residential markets or working with residential customers, and any requests to serve residential markets are denied. The decision addresses the role of electric aggregators, agents, suppliers, agents, and customers in the energy market, as well as permissible aggregator compensation procedures for solicitation and communication and contracts with suppliers. In being granted electric aggregator certificates of registration, the applicants enter a highly regulated market that requires transparency. Accordingly, the applicants must ensure that they comply with all applicable requirements, including statutes, regulations, and authority decisions, orders, and rulings. The authority sets forth 13 orders in this decision applicable to each of the applicants, which include orders that they eliminate prohibited types of compensation, eliminate contract provisions conflicting with their role as customer agents, maintain certain records, and comply with annual filing requirements, as some examples. The authority also orders each applicant to provide customers with 3 documents, as discussed in detail in the decision. In short, these documents must disclose the aggregator's compensation and the processes used to solicit rates, the proffered rates, and the information about any contracted supplier. Authority staff recommends adoption of this decision. Thank you.
Thank you. Is there a motion?
I move adoption.
Second.
Thank you. The decisions have been regularly moved and seconded. If there are no comments, we will ask Mr. Bumpin to please take the roll.
Chairman Gillette?
Yes.
Vice Chairman Bukoski?
Yes.
Commissioner Karen?
Yes.
Thank you. The decisions have been adopted. The second item on today's regular calendar is docket number 181232. It's a supplemental decision regarding PURA and DPH review of the application of the Aquarian Water Company and Hillside Water Corporation to acquire the assets of Hillside Water Corporation. We have a supplemental decision this morning pertaining to issue with respect to the surcharge. So we will again turn to Authority Attorney Victoria Church to present the decision for the panel's consideration, please.
Thank you. In 2020, the authority and the Department of Public Health, DPH, approved, subject to conditions, both Hillside's cessation of operations as a water company and Aquarion's acquisition of certain assets of Hillside's water system. Upon completion of the acquisition, Hillside ceased operations as a water company, and its existing customers became customers of Aquarion and were subject to Aquarion's Eastern Division rates. In addition, Aquarion was ordered to collect from Hillside's former customers a surcharge of $36.14 per month for a 10 3/4 year period, or 129 months. On April 26th, 2023, Mr. McCutcheon, a former customer of Hillside, filed a motion to reopen the docket, which requested that the authority review the surcharge ordered in the decision. In his motion, Mr. McCutcheon alleged that certain short-term improvements were not completed in accordance with the decision. The authority granted the motion to reopen for the limited purpose of investigating the claims made in the motion regarding the surcharge. Discovery and a hearing elicited that subsequent to the decision and the acquisition, Aquarian determined that short-term capital improvements were no longer necessary due to the three-system interconnection between Birchwood, Hillside, and Marlboro. Ultimately, Aquarian incurred $81,171 in costs for short-term improvements, $23,829 less than the projected costs of $105,000 used as the basis in the net cost of service calculation in the underlying decision. Due to this reduction in costs, the authority directed the company to recalculate the net cost of service using the actual cost of short-term improvements, $81,171, rather than the projected amount of $105,000. The authority determined that the changed conditions justify the reduction of a surcharge currently borne by former Hillside customers. To accomplish this reduction, the authority determined that Aquarian shall continue to collect a surcharge of $36.14 from the former Hillside customers, but that the period of time for collection shall be reduced from 93 remaining months to 46 remaining months, beginning with the December 2023 monthly charge and ending with the September 2027 monthly charge. Authority staff recommends adoption of this decision. Thank you.
Thank you. Is there a motion?
Move adoption. And second.
Thank you. The decision has been regularly moved and seconded. Unless there are any comments, we can have Mr. Bumpin take the roll, please.
Chairman Gillette,
Yes.
Vice Chairman Bukowski,
Yes.
Commissioner Karen,
Yes.
Thank you. The decision has been adopted. The third item on today's regular meeting agenda is docket number 230801, the 2023 Clean and Renewable Energy Program Data Report. We'll turn to Molly Charles to please present the decision for the panel's consideration.
Thank you. Good morning, Chairman Gillette, Vice Chairman Bukowski, and Commissioner Karen. The final decision in docket number 230801, 2023 Clean and Renewable Energy Program Data and Report, provides centralized reporting on calendar year 2023 deployment and performance metrics for the state's clean and renewable energy programs and procurements. Pursuant to the authority's decision in docket number 171203 RE09, this annual review acts as a centralized data source and provides an administrative record for an annual report on the status of clean and renewable energy deployment in Connecticut. The purpose of the report is to provide greater transparency and insight for all stakeholders regarding the state's ratepayer-funded clean energy programs. The report includes the most up-to-date and comprehensive data available to the authority regarding the following programs, market segments, and topics: electricity generation and emissions, residential solar photovoltaic systems, non-residential clean energy systems, including solar PV and fuel cell energy systems, the Shared Clean Energy Facility Program, the Energy Storage Solutions Program, the Electric Vehicle Charging Program, public policy contracts and power purchase agreements selected through Department of Energy and Environmental Protection procurements, the Conservation and Load Management Plan, voluntary renewable offers, compliance with Connecticut's renewable portfolio standards, and clean energy industry employment. In addition, the authority approves changes to the data collection requirements filed annually. The approved changes are intended to ensure that data collection requirements remain relevant and useful to future editions of the annual report. Authority staff recommend approval of the decision in docket number 230801. Thank you.
Thank you. Is there a motion?
I move adoption. And I would second.
Thank you. The decision has been regularly moved and seconded. Unless there are any comments, I'll have Mr. Bumpin please take the roll.
Chairman Gillette,
Yes.
Vice Chairman Bukowski,
Yes.
Commissioner Karen,
Yes.
Thank you. The decision has been adopted. That completes our regular meeting, or I'm sorry, our regular calendar. We'll turn next to our consent calendar, in which there are 12 items. So I will seek a motion with respect to the consent calendar, please.
Mr. Chairman, I move today's consent calendar items 1 through 12. And I second it.
Thank you. The consent calendar has been regularly moved and seconded. Mr. Bumpin, please take the roll.
Chairman Gillette,
Yes.
Vice Chairman Bukowski,
Yes.
Commissioner Karen,
Yes.
Thank you. The consent calendar has been adopted. That brings us to the end of today's regular meeting agenda. We will adjourn and we will reconvene next Wednesday, February 21st at 10 a.m. by remote teleconference. Thank you and have a great rest of the day.